Good day everybody. Neudorf Sauvignon Blanc 2016. There's been a lot of banging on for quite a number of years now about New World Sauvignon Blanc having to be drunk within the first year of it being bottled. So people tend to roll their eyes at something that's vintage behind. And by force of circumstance, we're actually in a scenario where we have been shown a little bit of the 2016 at a really good price in order to clear a distributor's representation of it. But I'm looking at this for the first time ever. Never tasted the 16 Neudorf before. Keeping an open mind, and by the end of this tasting we'll figure out whether it's worth showing to the database at all. So when it was tasted by Campbell, it pulled 94 points down. It used to retail a year or 18 months ago at somewhere around 40 bucks a bottle. Some background to Neudorf: is known as part of the family of 12, which is kind of this syndicate of top-end producers in New Zealand that have been doing some very good work globally, representing not only themselves but New Zealand wine as a whole. So amongst these guys is Villa Maria, Felton Road, From, several others. So you're talking about the very top end of the game. This vineyard has been going for about 40 years. Tim and Judy started it. If ever you have the time, have a look on their website. The background to how they started it was a testimony to how much effort it takes to actually get an agricultural operation going. They definitely put their best foot forward. It's now very clearly a success. They export to around about 20 different countries. The business is definitely a whole new, definitely at the top of its game now. So, Neudorf 16, color's kind of golden, very clear, which is a good start. Doesn't say much yet. The legs are good. 13% alcohol. There's a kind of warmth that comes out of the nose that may or may not be a good thing. Just been open probably for about 15 minutes or so as I stuffed around trying to get the positioning of everything right for you. So it's a little warmer than it ought to be. Sauvignon Blanc, particularly in our neck of the woods, you can't do it too cold, just as cold as you can get it. It's one of the joys of living in the tropics is Sauvignon Blanc, and Riesling just loves freezing cold storage. Well, that's interesting because quite a lot of honeysuckle, banana for some reason, and that's not something I pick up on a regular basis. There's a kind of honeyed context to it in the nose as well as the palate. If I'm going to be super hypercritical, I'm going to say that it's a little bit short to be a perfect length, but that's not going to mess up any kind of drinks at the swimming pool, that's for sure. It's kind of, I sort of like that slightly mellowed honeyed component in the mid palate, but it still has a line of acid that's holding the thing together. If we were looking at Sauvignon Blanc Sancerre from France out of 16, question of age would not be an issue at all. I think a big contributor to the fact that it's still got its act together is the fact that it's in Stelvin. So that's one less thing to be concerned about in terms of the funkiness that you sometimes get in an aromatic wine when it's bottled with cork. Yeah, and then with a little bit of time, there's kind of like a green fruit component. So maybe green mango, papaya, that kind of thing, and just a small that honeyed kind of thing at the top, which is staying there and becoming more and more part of the taste experience as it goes along. Yeah, I can see why Campbell gave it 94 18 months ago or 2 years ago when you first looked at it, and at 26 bucks, I'm happy to say that's a good idea. Thanks a lot. Cheers.